This is Feature Minor. So the main reason that Will Duffy believes in the globe Earth may disappoint you. And so Will Duffy is conducting this final experiment. He's trying to attempt to prove the globe Earth because he sounds like he's pretty confident that you're going to see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. But the reason why he believes in the globe Earth so much, he revealed recently, and he's saying it's because of Earth pictures. So this is very disappointing because we have all of these high profile flat earthers out here giving interviews and doing debates, and this is the one thing I've complained about consistently. Every once in a while you hear me put out a video complaining that these high profile flat earthers, I'm not going to name any names because it's pretty much all of them, they kind of overlook talking about Earth pictures. For so long, there was a lot of years going by and you would never hear them bring it up. They'd bring up everything else. It's like for some reason they forget to bring up Earth pictures. It's like you guys figured out so much stuff that you forget that the people who don't know about flat Earth need to hear the basic stuff first. This was my complaint. I said, basically, you're not telling them about the Earth pictures, and they need to know about this because for me, I know for sure that's one of the first things that woke me up. Because when Mark Sargent and there was many others that were talking about flat Earth right away in 2015, and when they brought up the Earth pictures, I heard it a few times, but it wasn't until I looked at the NASA website and saw the small print for myself that it really moved me. And then, there's video of Robert Simmons talking about how he makes Earth pictures for NASA. So there's already a lot of admitting going on from NASA talking about how they make Earth pictures from Photoshop. And so how are you going to just have one picture of the Earth for over 40 years? That 1972, was it? The blue marble picture was the first and only picture of the Earth for over 40 years. And isn't that suspicious? So obviously Will Duffy doesn't know this information because he wouldn't be so confident in NASA if he knew this type of stuff. So I believe that he didn't realize that it wasn't until flat earthers pointed out that you have no pictures of the Earth that NASA started creating pictures of the Earth. And then now I guess the big thing that this Will Duffy is putting all of his eggs in the basket on is this, basically the Hamari 8, this Chinese satellite, they're saying captures a picture of the Earth every 10 minutes. But look, this wasn't until flat earthers pointed out that you guys have no pictures that they started doing stuff like this. So it's really, to be fair, right around the same time. But they're basically saying the Hamari satellite was launched around 2014, and this is around the same time people were pointing out that there was no pictures of the Earth. So that doesn't count then, because what about that 40-year gap? That's what really matters, is that 40-year gap of having no pictures. You can't say just because they're saying, oh, well, let's correct this now and give you a picture every 10 minutes. It's the same thing, too. To me, I mean, they're just doing the same thing, which is wrapping satellite data around a globe and calling it an actual picture of the Earth. So, with NASA, you can't really buy anything they're selling right now at this point. Plus, we have all the proof you need that these pictures were not real. I mean, they're probably doing the same thing with satellite data with these Hamari 8 images, and you can't trust them. And so it's important that flat earthers understand that you do have to break this stuff down to the common person and the general public, because otherwise they'll never figure this stuff out. Look for the small print yourself. I'll leave some links to my videos discussing this subject if you need to get caught up, or share the videos with others so they know the basic stuff about when it comes to these Earth pictures. They're not real. Robert Simmons says they're not real. He creates the images for NASA. So what are you doing believing in NASA still? Plus, with their occult origins of NASA and all of the sketchy stuff we found over the years, how can you say NASA is the reason why you believe in the globe Earth? So Will Duffy just really hasn't been educated on the subject, obviously. And he's also saying he hasn't seen any proof that water lays flat. There was an interview he was doing, and no one pushed back on it when he said that. I was waiting for it. I was like, you're going to let him get away with saying water doesn't lay flat? I forget what interview this was. He's had so many over the last month or so that I kind of forget everyone he's had an interview with. But it was another high-profile flat earther, and he was on there talking about he hasn't seen any evidence that water lays flat. Come on, this is the most basic common sense thing. How are you saying this is part of why you don't believe in the globe Earth? Well, that you believe in the globe Earth, when water laying flat is one of the most obvious things that we can see and observe. It doesn't even take much to observe that. Come on. Plus, Earth is mostly water. So with Earth being mostly water, of course, water lays flat. That means the Earth is flat. And Will Duffy's also saying he believes in NASA because of the moon landing. So he basically said he saw or he heard some audio tapes, and this convinced him that the moon landing was real because he heard these audio tapes where they're just, chatting back and forth with NASA and astronauts. So really, if you think about that, how is their communication so good? How were they communicating back and forth with 1960s technology from the moon to Earth and back and forth like that? Think about that, Will Duffy. Have you ever even considered this, with those radio signals and even modern technology? How do you think they were able to easily communicate back and forth in real time like that? Come on now. Plus, I actually cover the moon landing and why it was not real in my other videos. So check out my Flat Earth Proof playlist, and everything's in there. Or go to my website, feedyourmind1.com, and you'll find everything you need to find to see all of my videos that I've done on this subject. There's a lot of proof out there. Plus, with that Hamari 8, is 22,000 miles away, even far enough for it to be getting a full picture of the Earth. Like, where's the calculations for that? Because, anyways, we know that it's not real, because what about that 40-year gap? That really matters, right? We can't just ignore a 40-year gap of having no pictures of the Earth. And then all of a sudden, when flat earthers point out that you have no pictures of the Earth, all of a sudden, you have a new picture being produced every 10 minutes by the Hamari 8. Come on now. Like, that's not how things work. You can't get away with having that 40-year gap no matter what you do. So it's time that flat earthers start bringing up these basic things again and start letting the public and the general public figure this stuff out, so you don't have people like Will Duffy going around believing that we have all the Earth pictures in the world. There's thousands of pictures out there, he's thinking, because he hasn't done his homework and he hasn't seen that 40-year gap, because that would be suspicious to anyone, you would think. Why would there be a 40-year gap of having globe Earth pictures? Plus, I did other videos on this with AI admitting it. First, AI thought there was pictures, but then if you keep pressing it and talking about, you ask the AI, do you have actual pictures or composites? Until it actually finally admits that there is no actual pictures of Earth. They're all composites. They're not real pictures. So anyways, that's all I wanted to share with you today, is the reasons why Will Duffy believes in the globe Earth is very, very lame reasons, and the reasons why he believes in the globe Earth should have been addressed already, but for some reason flat earthers don't bring up the subject about Earth pictures as much as they should. So that's all I wanted to share with you today. Thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna leave some links for you if you want to get caught up on my previous videos. I'm also gonna leave links to my Feed Your Mind store, my free email newsletters, my social media links, my Feed Your Mind store, and much more. If you would like to support this channel, please donate as little as $1 to help keep this channel online. And please become a member and a Patreon. One or the other is fine. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. This has been Feed Your Mind, signing off.